Welcome back to Fight Week on Fox. Yeah, an absolute blockbuster for the BMF title. Robert Whittaker, how excited are you for this matchup?
I think this is the fight that I am most excited for on the card. Now, that's saying a lot because the card is stacked from start to finish. But this is the fight I am most keen on watching. Both dudes are just going to bring heat. I think Gaethje comes into every fight with bad intentions, you know, and I feel like I feel the energy I'm getting off Max is that he's going to meet him in the middle this fight. Obviously, he's put on a lot of size, which I think was a big divider in his fight against Poirier when he moved up last time. So I'm very curious to see how Max looks in this fight moving forward. But this is the fight I'm most excited for.
And Volk, Max is somebody with whom you will forever be linked after, the trilogy that you had with him. Do you think he has what it takes to successfully move up to 155 pounds here?
Yeah, I definitely think he has what it takes. Like I'm actually, because I'm sort of 50-50 on this one, but I just got a feeling he's going to get it done. Yeah. And this is I don't think many people are saying that. I know a lot of people are looking at Max. They look sort of early in his career and they're like, oh, he's hittable and he can be hittable because he likes to stand in there. And I think he will. I think he's going to try and meet Justin Gaethje. But I think he's evolved a little bit more. I know he's got a lot more angles now, uses a lot more different tools, and we know he can go forever. And I know for a fact, because I've had to deal with it, he's got that granite chin that you just can't put lights out. So obviously it's going to be put to the test with Justin Gaethje because he does fight and with bad intentions and he's going to be going for it. And I think they're going to be there. I think he is still going to be hittable, but I think he has a chin to get through it and just keep that pressure on and make it a fight. So I'm interested. It's 5 rounds, right? So I think Max is definitely in for a chance.
We saw him against Dustin Poirier when he moved up to 155 pounds. And look, I know it was 5 years ago, and while Max had his moments during that fight, for the most part, Dustin, I thought, dominated him. Robbo, I just fear that Max fans might be worried that it might go the same way this time around.
Yeah, and that's what I mentioned earlier. I think Max has taken this fight. I think his approach to this fight has been better. He has obviously put on size. If you've seen his socials and his pages, he's put on size, which is, I feel, was the biggest difference in that fight with Poirier back when they fought, because I just felt like the power difference was there. Obviously, Max had the cardio and the output to chase Poirier and to damage him. But I just felt like the whack, the power just wasn't there. And I feel Max moving up a weight division properly, putting on the muscle, putting on that weight, is going to impact how he performs.
Let's hear from the other
side.
Absolutely. We're going to hear from the other side of that matchup. Here is my conversation with Justin Gaethje. Well, Justin, thank you so very much for your time on Fox Sports Australia. We really appreciate you joining the show.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Now, Justin, plenty of us, I think, expected you to be fighting for the lightweight title next after that incredible knockout over Dustin Poirier. But how excited are you to be taking part in UFC 300 against a legend like Max Holloway?
I'm so pumped. I love any time I get to get in the octagon, especially against a guy like Max Holloway. It does such a good thing for my legacy. And, we're fighters. We fight. And this was next. I was expecting February against Makhachev, but for some reason he didn't fight. I don't know if he was injured or what was the deal. And then this came along and, I'd be a fool to not take this fight. I get paid. I had no idea when Makhachev was going to fight again. Had no idea if they were going to give it to Oliveira next. So one sure way to make sure you stay in the conversation is to fight. And this is the fight.
Well, with a win here, can you expect to be fighting for the title next? Because as you know, Charles Oliveira is also on this card, and with a win, it might still remain clear as mud.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's clear as mud in this company. You just never know. I think the one sure thing is there's going to be 2 contenders coming off this card. I think Makhachev's going to fight twice this year. And so I think both winners of the Sarukian fight and Oliveira fight, and then my fight, obviously, will fight him this year. Whether that's in June, July, August, November, I think we'll both get that fight this year. I'm just not sure on a date, but, I'm only worried about right now this Saturday. That's all that matters. Without a win, all that goes away. So I got to make sure and go out there and be perfect.
Justin, you mentioned legacy in fighting a guy like Max Holloway, but it's also, I think, legacy to be fighting on 300 alone. Could you just tell me, Justin, what you think this means to you, being able to take part in such a historic occasion? Because no matter what you do this weekend, people are going to be remembering this event forever.
I agree. I'm a huge fan of this sport. I have been. I've been watching this since I was as young as I can remember, and I've always been a huge fan of the UFC and MMA in general. And to be part of such a historic card is monumental for me, for my career, for my legacy. And these are the good old days. These are the memories that I'm always going to have. Win or lose, nobody can take this experience away from me. And I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to be perfect. I've been performing better than ever my last few fights. And yeah, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to win, and I'm going to solidify my my shot next in line.
How do you intend on winning this weekend, Justin?
The way I got 25 wins and I have 20 knockouts, so that's sure. I'm planning on knocking him out. I'm planning on getting the finish. A guy like Max, he's so durable, but you just gotta set him up, one time and hit him one time perfect, and they go to sleep. It's all about controlling their feet, controlling range, creating angles, and causing damage. And that's one thing I've always been good at. No matter how hard I try or don't try, they come out of there looking like they've been in a car wreck. So that's I just trust in my abilities. The preparation's been key. I've been really focused on cardiovascular and really getting my legs in shape to go 5-minute rounds, especially against a guy like Max Holloway.
Well, just on Max, I know this was 5 years ago, Justin, but what did you make of his most recent move up to 155 pounds against Dustin Poirier?
Yeah, that was a late replacement fight. I think it happened, 2 or 3 weeks before the fight happened. He's a big guy. I don't know how he ever made 145. His legs are huge. His calves are the same size as his thighs. He's taller than me, I think, or just as tall. And I think he's going to be just as big as any of the other guys I fight in the lightweight division. I'm hoping it makes him a little bit slower, but, time will tell.
Well, Justin, we can't wait to see you in action. It is always must-see TV when the highlight is on and fighting as best he can. Robert Whittaker, in fact, just now on the show said that this was the fight that he was most excited for this weekend at UFC 300. So we can't wait, and thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. It's the people's main event, and I'm honored to be considered that. So I'm ready to go. You're going to get your shot of adrenaline, millions of people at once. That's what I'm here for.
We can't wait. Justin, thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you, guys.